Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Well, hello, everybody. Whatever will we talk about on tonight's show? I just finished Andor, episodes 2 and 3, literally like 20 minutes ago. So it is really fresh in my brain, and I bet most of you out there have already watched the episodes yourselves. Just in case we have any patron members in the chat, we will be getting episodes 2 and 3 up on Patreon tomorrow. It is coming. We were able to post the first episode, not able to get the second and third one done because me and Nick weren't able to get our schedules right and get that watched, but we will be getting that up for you. The team is getting that up for you, put it that way. So we're working on it. Thank you very much. Venger is here with us. Good morning, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. We also have Scott Westbrook with a big $10 super chat, about to walk in the theater. See, I said it normal. Theater to see Revenge of the Sith. Y'all have a great stream. I am going to see Revenge of the Sith tomorrow night with both of my daughters, and we are freaking pumped. We're going to go eat us a nice dinner somewhere, probably at Whataburger, because that's what they like to do. And then we're going to shut up, Risman. And then we're going to go watch, they like the milkshakes and all that stuff. We're going to go watch Revenge of the Sith, and I am ready to go see it. I am really excited. Flacco Zoldi is here. And Scott, thank you for that big $10 super chat, brother. We appreciate that. Flacco Zoldi, good to see you. Ted's Nerd World in the house. What is going on, Ted? Are you going to see it, Ted? Yeah. By the way, I see so many of our members in chat. Guys, we're about to open the lines. You best be getting in here. Grandmasters and Jedi Masters. Better be getting in here to talk Andor and everything else. So we're going to be opening that up here, I don't know, 15-ish minutes. So hope that you all come in. Get ready now. Everscale is here. What is going on, Everscale? Good to see you. James Cocker, what is up, brother James? Good to see you. Oh, EBN, the place for the little people. Woot, woot. Can't you just see Graber saying woot, woot? I definitely can. What is up, John Graber, the space jockey? Good to see you. Get your camera ready, John, and put the wine glass down, please. I'll never forget the first time he came on a live stream. Legion of Maul, what is going on? Good to see you, brother. Humphrey Bear, KK left Disney yet? It's happening in August. Duh. We'll see. Who knows? Rogue Sarge, what is up? Opening the stream. Let's go. Get ready. Let's see who else we care. Gary North, when did Star Wars become Sex Wars? I bet that comes up in the conversation. Thank you, Gary. Good to see you, sir. Mattuine is here. We're opening up the stream. Star Wars Mom. We love you, Star Wars Mom. You're the best. Let's see. Lucas Garrett. I will say this until the end of time. Star Wars ended nearly 20 years ago with the release of Revenge of the Sith. It completed Anakin Skywalker's entire arc. Everything afterwards is unnecessary. I do not disagree, brother. I do not disagree. And I will be thinking about that tomorrow when I go watch The New Naked Gun. Just kidding. Not that. Revenge of the Sith. But I'm with you, Gary. Liam Neeson, that should be quite entertaining. Or as Andrew Wall would say, quite refreshing, son. Good to see you, Andrew Wall. Good to see you. Rissman is here. What is going on? Upstart Artist, hail from Conrad, Iowa. Good to have you, Upstart Artist. Thank you, man. Let's see. We also have Becky. What is going on, Becky? Hail EBN family. We're opening up the stream. The lovely Sherry Cherie. Hey, nice to see you. I never know which name to call you. You're just lovely. I know that. I need some phonics or something. Green Lantern 345. What is going on, bro? Good to see you. We're opening up the stream. Felix Quiros. Man, I ain't seen you in a minute, Felix. How do you say minute in Spanish? I forgot. Anyways, get in here, Felix. Let's see. I think Super Nate has joined. And he is a Jedi Master. What is going on here? Super Nate back in the EBN family. You don't have to be a member to be in the family. But thank you so much, Super Nate. That is awesome, bro. That is awesome. Yes, sir. By the way, Super Nate, when these Star Wars movies come out, we hope that you meet us at the Monaco. We really do. Shoot us a message. We'll tell you when we're going to go. That would be awesome to meet up again, bro. You and your lovely wife. Let's see. Graph Webb with a $2 super chat. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Yes, sir. The most consistent man on YouTube. Daisy Blossom Flower Child. Thank you for those of us who do not have Disney Plus. Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Nick from Echo Base Network. Glad to have you here tonight. Finishing a work call. Be there ASAP. All good, man. All good. The Real Super Shadow. What is going on? Hello, hello. Brogu. I saw Sinners and it was great. Man, I've heard a lot of people say that, Brogu. That is awesome, bro. Great to see you here tonight, my friend. Let's see here. I think, Mr. Dexter Kane. Hello, EBN. Andor rules. Heck yeah. Awesome. And Darcipio, hey, coach. No popcorn bucket for Revenge of the Sith. Oh, boo. I probably wouldn't buy one anyways. But I am getting the Darth Vader helmet, I think, for the drink cup. Yeah. Don't you shake your head at me back there. No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So it doesn't. Yeah. All right. You sit on it and rotate. Okay. David, what is going on, David? Good to see you. You wouldn't believe what Rissman just did to me. Low spec Linux laptop. What is up, Jeff? Good to see you, sir. And I believe that Minuto. Thank you, Darcipio. Debbie Young has gifted 10 Echo-based network memberships. Holy moly, you are awesome. Thank you, Debbie. We love you. You're the greatest. All the new members, give her a big thank you. Let's see. Vincent Breeden. Hey, howdy, hey. Good to see you. And Jim S. What is up? Nick, he'll be here soon. So, guys, that is awesome. We are now going to bring in the man that knows everything. Yep. I just want to know who are the Jedi Master and Grandmaster members who are going to be popping in.
Me too.
Yeah. Me Too movement right here tonight. Who's doing it? Post it in chat. Who's going to be joining us? We want to be prepared for this. Come in here and let's talk about Andor and everything. So it better be Graber. He's probably having to get a stool to reach the keyboard. Give him a second. Go easy on the coffee tonight, Risman.
No coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. And what I was trying to mouth is, I think it's a popcorn bucket. So AMC is doing a Darth Vader popcorn bucket that breathes.
Yeah.
I think Cinemark might be doing a sipper. I'm not sure.
They did.
Yeah, I think they're doing
that is correct.
Cup.
Because Debbie, the queen of Cinemark, sent me what they had.
Yeah.
So, yep, very, very cool. Tatooine is coming in. I guess John Graber's coming in. I think that's a yes. I know, right?
I'll be ready with the mute. Sometimes I have to mute.
No, come on, John. Come on. Lou, what is going on, Lou Capadonna? Good to see you, brother. Rogue Sarge, good. Goody. That's what we want. All right. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. I said 15 minutes. I lied. I meant 5.
You're the boss?
Yeah. You hear that? Nick's not here. I'm the boss. Well, I'm the boss. Need the info. Am I still good at this? Throw me a frickin' bone here. Okay. No mini-me. Don't bite the kitty.
And the only other thing I'll say about Revenge of the Sith, because I did have the opportunity to see it earlier, is see it at a Cinemark in their XD screen with the D-Box seats if you can. Now, unfortunately, my theater was only doing one showing today at 2:30, and then they're just showing it in on regular screens here on out. But if you have that opportunity, do it. They did a really, really good job together with the seats and everything.
Awesome. So Jedi Master and Jedi Grand Master members, I have now posted the link to join. It has been a minute. Let's have some pop-ins and talk about all this stuff. I've not said anything about whether or not I liked the show yet. Neither have you.
True.
Have you been on any live streams since this show dropped?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Star Wars Santa like it? Oh, look. Oh, Nick's not here. No 0 out of 10.
So I think for me and for some others, comparatively speaking, this is not my favorite Andor arc. If I'm comparing Andor arcs to season 1's arcs, which we got, obviously I can't compare this to anything else we get in season 2 because we haven't gotten anything else, right? This would be one of my least favorite Andor arcs so far, and some of the folks I've talked to have had a similar reaction. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I'm just saying, comparatively speaking, it was not one of my favorites.
I get it. So we got people starting to come in the back. I'm so excited. Do we still have the pop-ins intro?
Yes. We can never find it, but it is there.
There it is. The screen capture for that just looks different.
I know. We need to relabel it or move it or something.
Yeah, it's right under your ugly face.
That's why I know where it is.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. Reminds me of the good old days. Ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing in Rogue Sarge, also known as the most dangerous man on Rhode Island. And we are also bringing in Tatooine, also known as Tennessee, not going to be very good next year.
Oh, man.
And we are also bringing in John Graber, also known as standing on a stool so he could type on the keyboard.
No.
Oh gosh, you're gonna get
got really scared there.
Well, we did not
the channel
need that.
Struck. And we're also bringing in Mr. 0 out of 10 himself.
Hey,
There
0
he
out of
is.
10.
I'm really confused. We have 2 Tatooines.
Oh, He must have got disconnected. And
There's a light
reconnected.
side and a dark side.
Which
Which
is
one
the
do we
right
have?
Mattuine? I don't know. One is muted.
Mattuine, hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
he's. Oh,
Can
there,
you-
okay.
can you-
Ah,
we
there
go.
it is.
There
There
he
it
is.
is.
He's got it.
All right. Very, very good. Very,
I
very
hope
good.
this works on my phone.
You're good. We can
Yeah.
hear you loud and clear. Anybody else that's joining us, let's do this. All right, guys. So when we do pop-ins, chat, we're going around the horn, and this is a free-for-all, though. It's not going to be like, Rispin, now it's your time to speak. No, this is a free-for-all, and if nobody's speaking after a little while, I'm going to poke them and say, all right, Graper, go.
Phil McCracken.
Oh.
What's up, Phil
Yeah.
McCracken? I see you. I
Oh,
see you, Uncle
no.
Phil. I see
Oh, is
you.
Uncle Phil here?
Oh, Phil's here. Oh no,
There he
yeah.
is.
Oh, Matt Shiny Risman, Coach. All I have to say is, you is Dismania. Yeah, I am that. This is my favorite shirt. All right, everybody. Good to see you, Phil. All right, Andor season 2, first 3 episodes. Nick only watched the first episode. Nick, I hate to break it to you, I got home and I was literally able to finish the two episodes just 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't have any way to watch the episodes. So unless we watch them,
Because you're not home.
yeah, because I'm
So-
not home.
Well,
So,
we're gonna get Risman's gonna help me. We're gonna get the 2 episodes posted on Patreon tomorrow.
We'll get him
All
up.
right,
We'll
perfect.
post him tomorrow.
Yep. So you can watch them on Patreon.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do you really want to watch it, Nick? You are a 0 out of 10 kind of guy.
Yeah. No, I literally saw the first episode and was just. Coach was like, "Man, I'm falling asleep. I'm not gonna make it." I was like,
But
"Good,"
it wasn't
'cause
because of the show.
yeah,
I w-
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was glad that he was tired and got to stop watching it.
Stay
You
on the
really
treadmill.
sounded-
Stay awake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really sounded disappointed to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah. I was super
you like
upset.
asked me, "Are you sure you don't want to keep watching?" You know.
Yeah.
I think you were kind of
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah. 2 episodes left. Come on, let's push through.
Man, I was exhausted. I couldn't do it.
And
man.
I will say, if you did watch them all, it took every bit of till 11:20. I mean, they were they were long, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, they were long. They were long episodes.
Well, I thought it was kind of neat that Bobby kind of led a group chat, and everybody was just kind of texting and talking the way through it. I thought that was pretty neat to sit there and read y'all's chats. Somebody spilled the beans. This is 4 years before the Battle of Yavin, and I was like, sweet. That's just like that's good
Well,
intel.
because it said it right in the beginning of the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome. We also got some more gifted memberships here real quick. Felix Kiros gifted 5 EBN memberships. Felix,
Yeah,
thank you so much. If you got one of those 5, please give him a big thank you. We appreciate that support and growing our member family, Felix. And last but not least, Jedi Master Lawrence has gifted 10 Echo Base Network memberships. My goodness, that is 26 new members tonight. 25 gifted and 1 personal that they did themselves. Super Nate. So guys, thank you so much for all of the gifted memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have another one of our members going to come in and talk a little Andor. He's been a little down on Star Wars lately. I hope he's actually enjoying this, but you know what? I know he's going to tell the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best men we know, Star Wars Theology, also known as Felix Kiros.
How you doing, guys?
I'm
Felix.
good.
Hey,
I'm good.
Felix.
Hey.
Guys, before we even get into Andor, did y'all see that Katie Sackhoff's going to ICCC?
I
did.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was
And-
kind of
Yeah.
surprised.
They were
And
talking
she
about
actually she was only committed to Saturday. Now she's flying in the day before, and she's going to do her personal podcast on the ICC
Yes.
stage
Wow.
Friday night.
Yeah, I was just
Nice.
checking that out on the
Oh.
ICC
Oh
page.
wow,
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
That's
So
awesome.
We gotta go, Bobby.
I'll actually get
Yeah,
there
well,
Friday.
tickets are selling fast for it. There's not many left, and it's standing room
Oh.
only right now.
John
Yeah.
Graber,
Okay.
wouldn't you like to be the chair she sits in?
I would.
Listen, John Graber will probably take her all over the place. He's working. He'll
Yeah,
probably-
John, you
Yeah.
got to in. You got to get us
Let's do it.
you got to get us in there.
right,
Yeah.
I'll see what I
John,
can
Yeah,
do.
you got the charm, man.
Hey, John will be walking around going, "We're off to see the wizard."
I'll get stuck with work again.
By the
All
way,
right,
I'm gonna be
guys.
doing the Jedi demo again. I'm gonna do it on Friday and Saturday. So
Well,
he
Nick's
hasn't
going to be
announced it yet.
there. I am still working on to see if I could come on Saturday, just to see all y'all.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So that'd be cool.
It's cool seeing the toys, and it's cool the celebrities and all that. It's awesome. But if I go, it's to see y'all. That's
I'll be there Friday night. It's all day Saturday night, and then
and you're not going to see anybody. You're just
yeah. I'm just gonna drive there and just hang out in that town. I won't even go to the con. So maybe I'll run into you guys out and about.
I'll be at the Opryland Hotel.
You know what,
Yeah.
Nick?
He's gonna go to
Things
Walmart.
never go as planned with you, so that would not
No.
surprise us, bro. That
Yeah,
would-
no, they do not.
We have another member joining us here to talk Andor and all things Star Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, good to have him back. Darth Maul's lower half.
There
What
he
is
is.
up, bro?
Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
Hey, what's going
All
on?
right, man.
I
This
see
is
him
like
all-
Patrick.
this is an old-fashioned EBN stream. I'm getting the tingles, man. Like this is great. Anyways, all right. Who has strong feelings about Andor, positive or negative? Either way, I don't want to hear from any of you middle of the road people like me.
I was
I'm
gonna
a
say,
fence
this is
rider.
middle of the road.
Yeah.
This is middle of the road.
I
network,
beat y'all
folks.
to it. I beat you to it. I said I was a fence rider. So
I have a conflict with this series. I
You
gotta
have
be
a-
honest. Yeah.
okay, so
I
tell
think
us
I'm
about it.
Felix.
Yeah, what happens is that as a spy military series, taking a Star Wars aside, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like it, because it's in terms of it's building up. There's a lot of pieces that you need to do if you're gonna do the kind of attack that the rebels needs to do, the organization and all that. As a military only non-Star Wars, I know I can see that happening, and but it's a Star Wars, and for Star Wars is yet I don't know if the next two how many you have? You have one, so there's three more, right? 3 more years. Let's see what happens in the next ones.
Yeah.
Because as a Star Wars, I'm not there yet, but I like when I saw Yavin 4. I like that. I know that where it's going. I know that it's going towards Rogue One, but let's see what happens in the next 3 years, because we have 3 more years to see from the series.
According to Chris Gore, these first 3 episodes are the weakest.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's seen the entire show already, right?
Yeah, they've released the entire
Yeah.
series to like critics and
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a very
That's-
and Chris Gore had a very interesting experience, right? He really didn't care for season 1 at all, and after watching season 2, he's a convert. And Alan's just the opposite. He likes season 1, and after season 2, he's kind of like, oh. So,
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Weird.
another member coming in. We got 2 more members coming in to join us here on the panel. We have Mr. Sodak Choppa back to join us. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, what's up?
And then we also have Debbie. Mama Bear is here.
Yay!
Mama Bear.
Now it's a party. Now it's a party.
Which I did get your voicemail, Debbie. I'll call you after the stream tonight. I've been having all kinds of craziness going on. I'll tell you about it when I call you. But and I've been traveling, so yeah, I'm out here at Mike's right now. I literally won't be back home till mid. Let's see, yeah, like mid-June sometime.
Well, that's okay. You call me and I'll.
Yeah,
tell you
I
when
wasn't.
need
I
to.
just wanted you to know I wasn't ignoring you.
Are you at the theater right now, Debbie?
I
Looks that
am.
way.
I am working.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
Well, you just call me when you get home when you're done working. or on
Okay,
your way
I'll do
home.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
They
All right.
they
Talk
needed
to us.
extra help. The show that I'm going to see tomorrow is sold out. That's the 750
That's
show.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, sold
and
out.
they've been, yes, there's only, I think there's 7 scattered seats left. It's, so sold out. People don't buy the ones by themselves too often. And we've had a pretty good crowd all night tonight, full, but not sold out. And let's see. A lot of, and it's all age groups, not just young or little ones, middle ones. It's all age groups. So that was very heartening to me.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So I
Yeah.
guess people are leaving looking happy.
Yeah, I haven't heard any complaints, and I've had 2 people that were cosplaying. One is Obi-Wan, and one is
Jar Jar.
no, just as a Imperial
Okay.
officer.
All right.
I tried to get into the theater. I called them up and said, "Hey, do you
I'm
want me to
going to
bring my
hold on
joint
for
up?"
just a minute. Don't come back to me. Wait.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I've been a
Good afternoon, Cinemark Theater, Western Hills. This is Debbie. How can I help you?
I've been a
She forgot to mute.
At work.
She just muted. She
I'm muted.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That was funny. Ah.
I've been a frequent cinema goer in the past, not so much in the last years, and pre-sale for Revenge of the Sith started around 4 weeks ago, and I've experienced something that I haven't experienced for a very long time. I had to wait in a virtual queue.
Wow.
I was in place number 63, and I had to wait for my registration for the tickets. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So that shows there's a little interest out there.
So yes, people are hungry. Star Wars fans are hungry for good Star Wars.
And why they won't let this continue to run through May the 4th, it's beyond me, other than they want the screens for Thunderbolts, I think. But you'd think they would have let at least one screen continue to show Revenge of the Sith through May the 4th, but they're not.
Watching the weekend numbers from the last few weeks, who bets that Revenge of the Sith is in the top of the charts?
Per screen, it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a stat that says U.S. domestically that it's being released in 2,775 theaters. And hey, Debbie, and so like my AMC has it on 3 screens, so I don't even know how that translates to screens, but 2,800 theaters is a lot.
Yeah, we have it on one of the big screens. Actually, tomorrow they'll have them on the big 2 on the big screen, and then we've got 2 small screens. And the big screen holds 152, and that's what is the one that's filled that I'm going to tomorrow.
Very awesome. Jedi Master Lawrence has gifted a $5 super chat, guys. I didn't mind the episodes, but if there was a good reason for the trigger alert, it would have been for episode 3 for that aggressive Imperial part, which I'm sure we will be discussing. Jedi Master Lawrence. There's been a lot of backlash about this show that I've been seeing.
Yeah, a lot of the shill people, I guess, have been going after Theory because he didn't like it.
Star Wars Theory is no longer reviewing the show.
No, he said
No, I was in his chat when the end of episode 3 happened. You know, the big controversial incident happened, and his chat and him himself were throwing their hands up and very adamantly saying this is not Star Wars, or we're done with this. We're not watching it, or we're not going to cover it. That's what he was saying.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Which was surprising.
He'll like talk about it or like give a quick review or something.
Yeah.
He's not doing no more watch parties and like covering it.
I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I mean, respect to Star Wars Theory, you could do whatever you want. I'm just saying that scene didn't like destroy the episode for me. Was it different? Yeah, it was definitely different. It was a different flavor of Star Wars for sure.
Yeah, definitely out of place.
The scene itself
It didn't.
is far less. Oh, sorry, Matween.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
The scene itself is far less controversial than the reactions in the media.
Yes, I agree with that. Because as a woman, I just want to say this. She kicked the crap out of him, and she won that. He never did violate her. So with me, it was okay. It showed her that she was the stronger person and beat his ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't
they could have gone
actually
so much
happen.
farther.
Yeah.
If this was Game of Thrones, they would have shown very explicitly
Right.
because
Oh
they
yeah,
have in
yeah,
their
it would have
show.
been very graphic.
And right. And I think I don't know if Tony Gilroy wanted to, but Disney would not allow that, not even for an adult Star
Yeah,
Wars show. But I think he
right.
pushed it just far enough to get the hint along that this guy's bad and Bix needs her moment.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I just
yeah.
she won, and that's all that's important. He didn't get what he was trying to get. And
What
so,
needs their moment, Matt Dwayne? What'd you say?
Bix had her moment. She kind of had her moment she stood up for herself. She's already
Bix.
traumatized.
Bix. Got it.
Bix.
It's a hard name to remember.
Yeah, it's three letters.
I was joking.
Not big,
I'm just kidding.
Starklighter.
Think about the scene. Never mind. Never.
And to go back to the war thing, that's kind of like what typically could have happened in the World War II. If
Sure,
it's very
Right. Crimes like that do happen in war.
officers, they did stuff like that. So
there's bad apples out there. Even in the bad apples, there's bad apples.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rotten apples.
And you definitely need to portray the Empire as an organization which abuses power, and not only at the top, not only the Emperor, not only Darth Vader or whoever, or the Grand Moffs or whatever, but down to the lowest rank.
Yep.
As soon as they
Right.
put them in
Rank and
position of
file.
power,
I mean, Anakin did infanticide, implied infanticide. We never saw him cut.
Yeah.
Imply he never cut somebody down.
They never showed it on screen.
But
Do you
he
think they
did
would
it.
show that today?
No.
No.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe the Sand People. They showed a little bit more of him doing that.
Guys,
But apparently they
I'm-
did.
I'm
Apparently
sorry,
they did film it.
but I would be okay with that.
Well, I mean,
Is that wrong?
Coach has been desensitized.
I guess because I'm a teacher, I'm like, kill them all.
F them kids.
Living out my fantasies on screen.
somewhere in one chat, I wrote a comment and I wrote, I was more shocked about the fact that there are stormtroopers who can actually hit something.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I'm
guy
surprised
took his
at that
time.
too.
He took his time and aim.
Yeah, he took his time. He took his aim. Yeah.
so I
Just
have a
breathe.
question about the when they were in the second episode when they were in the shooting at each other in the forest and she found that boot with a foot in it. Is that Saul Guerrero? They said they were going to eventually show how he wound up losing different parts and that without making it too gross. So I just was wondering, did anybody think that might be him?
I don't think so. I had the subtitles on, and everybody's names were listed on there. I didn't see anybody named Saul.
Yeah, I think.
mean, but it's still it's only a few years.
That was already there.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting, and I enjoyed that part too.
Yeah, I know that they were going to go.
Was that one of the
this season? Oh, go ahead, Matt.
Was that one of the beasts that we saw in a
Bad Batch?
Episode 2.
Not Bad Batch. He was in the arena of episode 2. Yeah, with the horns.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
apparently
I
it
like
was
it.
something
Oh,
native
I
to
thought it
Yavin.
was the Bad Batch, whatever
Dog.
it was that they released.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Those
weird.
are
It was
more
pretty
bite
crazy
size.
looking though.
Yeah, Matt Cave says that scene did kind of pull him out of the world of Star Wars, but he still enjoyed the 3 episodes, but it was jarring.
Yeah, I don't think it had.
You're not going to get Star Wars. You're not going to get Lucas whimsy in this series. You're not going to get the whimsical.
No.
If anything, it felt like it took out Andor from the entire first 3 episodes. He had his little scene at the very beginning. He had his little scene at the very end, and this was just a way to keep him out of it. I'm like, are they pulling another Kenobi, taking the titular character out of the show?
It's a titular character in an ensemble cast. I told everybody in the chat the other day, it's not Magnum PI. You know, you got Higgins and you got Magnum and you got TC, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
What's the show called though?
Magnum PI.
Apparently, Mon Mothma.
So somebody at Disney thinks it's better to give it a titular name and not a bigger, broader thing.
Right, guys.
Yeah, it could have
hit
been
these-
Mon Mothma say yes to the dress.
I've heard a few people talk
Yeah,
about
Sagruna Tima, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
I heard there was some.
I'll say this. I got to hop off for a second. Yeah,
Okay.
the Niamos techno song that was from season 1. I mean, that song really slaps across the galaxy, apparently. But I'm gonna say this, guys. I got to do something real quick. One thing I did like about the first episode, was they cut away from the very monotonous and boring scenes, like all the empirical officers having their round table. You know, that's an interesting conversation of what they're trying to do, but you don't want to watch it for 15 or 20 minutes. So they cut to another scene, and then they would come back and they would cut to Andor and watch him, go through his little action and stuff. And it kind of kept your interest going instead of like, falling
That's what I
asleep,
felt too.
thinking this is so much dialogue. But and then there were some scenes I think were unnecessary for the wedding that might have been redundant, but they did do a good job of cutting it. Here's a 5-minute scene, pushing the plot along. We'll go to the next one, push it along. We're going back and forth.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish they would have done some more wipes. I didn't see wipes, traditional Star Wars wipes in this. I'll have to go back and watch it again. That would have been cool to see that style.
Oh yeah.
I think they need to bring that. That's always Star Wars. The wipes is part of it.
I hear
All
you.
right, I'll be right back.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So real quick, want to hit this super chat. Jedi Master Lawrence with a $5 super chat. I didn't mind the episode, but if there was a good reason, we already hit that one. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. Staccato DDS has gifted 20 Echo Base Network members.
Go.
That
Awesome.
is 46 new members. I don't know if we have enough people to get all of those in the chat.
I don't know. Everyone's a member tonight.
We have 118 people. Hey, all new. I don't think we've ever had 46 new members. It's been a long time. That's a lot of members right there.
Not since the Acolyte.
Guys, thank you so much. Nick will be hosting pop-ins for every member level every Sunday evening.
Yep, for 5 minutes. So,
Who wants to take money on that?
We
Yeah,
definitely
I
appreciate the members for sure, guys. Thank you so much for that mighty gift, Staccato DDS. Please give him a big thank you. And
Hell to
he
you,
also
sir.
did a $10 super chat. After listening to Ryan Kendall, I don't think it was as much of an issue that
I don't
most are
either.
making it out to be. I agree.
I don't think so either.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I've also never experienced it. If it's like part of your life experience or
Right.
there's a reason,
Yeah.
I totally respect that. Totally
Yeah.
respect that. But for me, it didn't. That didn't destroy. I don't like those scenes at all.
I've seen much worse in other movies. I can tell you that.
Well, he didn't accomplish his task. She killed him.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, she persevered. So
Yeah.
Technically, he killed himself, but she had a lot to do with it.
true.
Oh yeah.
And,
There's a reason he fell.
Yes, there is.
He got hammered.
He
Literally.
literally.
Twice.
And not like Mon Mothma in the wedding either.
Yeah, that was a different.
No.
He literally got hammered.
It was hammer time. Thank you, Staccato DDS. Appreciate that. All right. So
I think George Lucas was better doing that kind of stuff. It was subtle, but you could tell there were certain things that happened in the original trilogy, but he didn't went that all the way. But they happened. For example, Jabba the Hutt and Leia.
Oh
You
yeah.
could tell, so, but,
Yep.
So
Yeah,
and
what they
stuff
could
like
have, what they should have done, and it's subtle, but it makes its point. You should have the one scene where he walks into the little hut, and then you cut away,
Right.
and then you have
Yeah.
go to something else. You cut back to his chauffeur or whoever that was, seeing him, hearing him getting the crap kicked out of him.
yeah.
You don't have to show anything between that. It
No.
makes sense. You know exactly what his intent
Yeah.
was.
Right.
So let's do this. I don't think there's. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, by the way, but I don't think there's very many people talking about what they actually liked in the show so far. So let's do that first.
Oh.
Because it's easy to crap on it and talk about the things that we didn't like. I thought Mon Mothma dancing for 3.5 minutes was a little too much.
I don't know.
Risman
She
liked
looked
it
good.
though.
She looked
Yeah,
good.
they
She
spent a
could
little
have
too
danced
much
for
time
5 more
there.
minutes, as far as I was concerned.
Oh
She looked-
my
she looked
goodness.
good.
You put that on repeat.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So Risman, why don't we start with you? What these 3 episodes, what did you enjoy?
So my favorite things, probably in order, was the TIE Avenger, which I saw Matt Cave Gaming mention as well. The TIE Avenger and how they handled that. Seeing whether it was the planet of CNR or just seeing CNR, one of CNR's installations. I thought that was really cool. And of course, probably number 2 would be Krennic and his board meeting with canapes and basically, hearkening back to other people who've had similar meetings in a mountain retreat and some of the ways that they played that. And then for whatever it's worth, you're not going to find this hard to believe, I loved the whole Deidre, Cyril, and his
Yeah.
mother.
Oh man, that was
I laughed
hilarious.
so hard.
Yeah.
When he was
was
laying on that bed, I was like, boy, haven't we all been there? Our family is over. We just need a break.
Yeah.
Very much rebooting.
Rebooting.
That's truly the first time I ever felt any fuzziness or kindness towards her, because she let his mom have it, and she deserved it.
She was
Oh,
so
yeah,
good.
definitely.
Like, so whatever we do is going to be inversely proportional to how much shit you give us. Like, oh my gosh, let's just have it. So I mean, those were my favorite parts for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby?
I like how it's filmed on actual real practical sets. It's it's on location. It's not in the volume with green screen. I think the series, it looks incredible.
Yes.
The costume work is great. And other than that, the writing, you got to give it to Tony Gilroy. He is a hell of a writer. Kind of like the first season, it starts off a little slow, but
Right.
I'm sure it's going to pick up because you're starting to see, like they say, rebellion's built on hope. Well, they're building the rebellion, and they're laying the groundwork for it. So it's I think it's going to get interesting.
Yep.
I'll be way more interested the moment I see K2SO walk through that door.
Me too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He'll
So
make the
I'm
show.
interested to see, how he gets him, how he reprograms him. That should be interesting.
And the two of them together, like we saw in the film.
Yes, because
we didn't
Alan
get enough of that.
Tudyk is great, in that role. So
It's actually a gift to be able to get that duo back together again.
Yes.
Yes, it is. So that's what I liked about it. The scene we just talked about, I mean, I think it could have been handled a little better, but I mean, it's not a big deal for me.
Yeah, for sure.
K2SO is next week, Bobby. You don't have long to wait.
Oh, awesome. And yeah, I stayed up and watched all 3, back to back, and let's just say 4:30 in the morning came real quick for me, so my ass was dragging at work the following day.
Ted says K2 shows up. Congratulations, your series is being rescued.
Oh yeah,
that's hilarious.
So that's what I liked about it. I can duck out if anybody else needs to join in.
There's nobody trying to come in right now. So
okay.
If somebody's trying to come in, I'll just throw it out there. If anybody, but yeah, please stay. All right. So Darth Maul's lower half. What are the things that you enjoyed about the show so far?
Well, Dedra is the most compelling character so far.
Yeah.
Because she's a little bit ambiguous, at least in these episodes. On one hand, she's insecure. She's always in competition with her colleagues in the ISB. She wants to get ahead. She wants to go up the ranks. And on the other hand, she's always thinking 2-3 steps ahead. And as it was said before in these episodes, for the first time we see the more human side of her.
Yeah.
Also in civilian clothes and so on, in a social gathering. So yeah, I must say she's the most compelling character. what I want to critique about the whole Andor series. Well, since the last time we had Poppins, I watched all the Disney shows except for Star Wars Vision. That was
All right, so can you tell us the ones that you liked and the ones that you did not?
Well, it was the good, the bad, and the ugly. Really.
Okay, please give it to us.
Everything was there.
We know who the ugly was.
All right, what was the good?
Andor and the Bad Batch. And I know Nick has a different opinion a little bit, but Bad Batch is doing something better than Andor, and that is that it has the spark of magic.
Already ended.
Nick's opinion is worth the grade he gives every Star Wars show. So don't worry.
Yeah. So,
But
and the thing is, like I've said, there was a couple episodes of Bad Batch season 2 that I thought was some of the best written Disney Star Wars that they've done.
Yeah.
I hate Omega.
Omega is a statement.
Yeah.
It's more or less an ideological statement.
Yeah. But yeah, some of it wasn't, there was a couple episodes, even like the first episode of season 1 of the Bad Batch, I thought was pretty dark. But
it was Order 66.
Yeah.
No, but I would rank Andor on first place, Bad Batch on second. Then there's for a very long time nothing. What else do we have? Book of Boba Fett was so ridiculous that it was more funny than the rest of it. I was every second scene I was just laughing about the stupidity. Where do we want to face the Pikes? Let's face them at the fortress where we have supplies and ammo and water. No, I have a better idea. Let's face them here in the burnt out casino. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, and Obi-Wan was a slap in the face, and at the bottom of the list, the Acolyte.
You didn't say anything about the Mandalorian.
I missed that. That would also be so. Mandalorian 1 and 2 I already knew. They are good, although it's not the best show. It was held up by cameos in the second season. The third season, I'm not sure if I can say it like this here on YouTube. But every faction is mentally retarded. They all behave stupid. The New Republic, which our heroes have fought and died for, is now shown as this pompous elitist government where all the guys who hit during the war are now showing up and present themselves as whatever virtuous, and in addition to that, they are having conversion therapy for ex-Imperials. The Mandalorians are just stupid by staying near where the monsters live. Every other scene, they are hunted by another giant crocodile or flying dinosaur or whatever. And that was also something that I didn't like about Mando season 3. That too many space monsters in every second episode. There's a new monster coming up.
Yep.
And that's good for one episode in a series of 8 episodes, I would say, but not in every other episode. And I don't want to mention Lizzo and Jack Black.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but I can also understand why people have checked out of Andor. The first 3 episodes, especially every second episode of a season, is a real bore fest. After season 1, episode 2, I was asking myself, what did just happen in this episode? It felt like nothing at all happened. And for a second or so, I actually fell asleep. during the second episode. And it's the same now here in the second season. Episode 2 is just weak. It's just filler. And that's why I understand people who checked out after the first 3 episodes. And nevertheless, I hope there are enough to stay on and watch on.
I like it. I think those are really good thoughts, and I want to highlight Matt Cave's theory, guys. The reason I think Cassian would go back for B2 is the connection for his mother. Where was that?
Yeah.
Let's see. Matt Cave. There. I think the little red droid is K2. My prediction is the red droid gets destroyed, and to save him, Andor transfers his memory core to the K2 droid.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that the other night.
He sort of got a similar personality or quirks
and accent.
Yeah,
I think this is where the structure of the show. I love the theory, by the way, personally, but I think this is where the structure of the show sort of works against us, only because are we ever going to go back to Minorau? I mean, are we completely done when they skip a year ahead, or maybe in the intervening year he does go back? I mean, you know what I mean? Are we? How do you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Coach is a handsome guy right now.
Yes, he is.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, I would.
All right. Let's switch it over to Felix. Felix, what were your thoughts about the show? What were you happy with so far, if anything?
Yeah,
you did say conflict.
I was the conflict between the series being a Star Wars or war type style series. But what I like about the show is the TIE Fighter Avenger. That was pretty cool. Going back to the video games. That and how the difficulties of him not being familiar with the ship and he trying to get out of the base and as you can see, that TIE Fighter is so strong that I think that they needed to steal that, because first it's stronger than the regular TIE Fighters, and second can go to light speed. It has a hyperdrive. So stealing that technology will help the rebellion. So what I like about the series is that they showing the sacrifices that the rebels and this some of the officers, in this case like Deidre, they need to go through in order to be in this war style situation. It's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to the next episode to see how this goes. But I will say that that's what I like about the series right now. The conflict, in terms of like how all the sacrifices that they need to do in order to, start the rebellion. There's a lot of bad stuff that the rebels are gonna need to do in order to start this. So
right.
Yeah. Speaking of the TIE Advance or TIE Avenger, the X-Wing and TIE Fighter series of games had some really cool design ships. But one that I would love to see is the assault gunboats. I thought the assault gunboats were freaking badass.
Yeah. And did you notice the TIEs that were chasing Cassian had the curved wings like some of the TIEs in Rebels?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another variant.
And you see them at the very end of Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I wonder if by they stealing that, TIE Fighter actually helped the rebellion in the long haul.
Got to in some way.
Because they stole all that technology. I don't know if they have more than one, but I don't know.
Yeah, the rebellion had nothing like
they'll probably reverse engineer it and use like components of it.
Well, and what's interesting about it, it's just an unfortunate part of the problem here is you don't see any technology like that targeting system that it had.
No.
Like the equipment that both sides had in the original trilogy is like Nintendo compared to VR today. That the heads up display and like the graphics showing up on the screen in front of him, and like you don't see any of that in the original trilogy at all. And that's just
So,
that's
like,
just
where
an
was that
unfortunate thing.
technology then?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They probably would have won the war.
Yeah.
Budget cuts. They had to make some budget cuts. They had Doge come in there.
Well, when you think about when you think about what a TIE fighter is, this is the opposite of what a TIE fighter is, right? A TIE fighter is cheap, right? And the Empire was notoriously cheap in everything they did. So this represented, I think, just in our fleet system saying, let's throw every bit of new crap we're working on onto one thing and see what we want to keep.
These are for like elite pilots only.
This was never for mass production, right? This was just like the TIE, just like the TIE Defender, right? This was something
just an experimental test bed to see what works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure.
I deal with that shit every day.
I think there's an underlying something yet that's going to tie all these pieces and parts together. Remember, Luthen was stealing Imperial parts since the very first minute of the first season. Now they've stole this thing. I bet you these are more than just MacGuffins before it's over, and there is some point to it. We'll see.
Right.
Nick, do you remember Gatling guns being a thing in TIE Fighter?
Nope. So yeah. When I saw those pop out, I was just like, Gatling guns. Like, we had AK-47s in the first one. Now we got Gatling guns in this.
And now we have visas.
Yeah.
Everybody show your visa.
Yeah.
Or we're kicking you off planet.
Yeah, some things.
That's not a new Imperial concept, right? That's a la chain code and show me your papers.
Show me your papers.
Obviously, there are reasons why that's making.
Yeah, but they never called it a visa. They always called it, chain code.
Yeah, but don't you think some points were really right on the nose, and analogies to our times at the moment?
Yeah, they're trying to push a lot of social commentary.
Well, but also, guys, remember, he finished writing this in May of 2023. So anything that you're seeing on the screen is a product of what he wanted to do way back when. I know a lot of people are trying to tie it into very present day, but this series has been finished from a writing perspective and from most of the production for a very long time, and they've sat on it.
Yeah, because they took that pause during the strikes, and then COVID and everything happened, and
reliable insurgents.
Yeah. Guys, let's hit this $10 super chat from Venger. Did I imagine it, or did a character drop an F-bomb in episode 1? I know traitorous bastard was shouted in episode 3. Cool TIE prototype, though. No popcorn bucket cup, I assume.
No F-bomb.
No. I didn't hear any F-bombs, but I did hear him say shit in one of them. Remember in the first episode?
I thought I heard
it. He said shit.
Yeah.
Nick, I cannot believe you just cursed on our channel.
N-O, no.
Oh, get over it, Ted. Okay. Let's move over to John Graber. John, what did you like about the show so far? Everything?
Not everything. I think the best part was the TIE Avenger, and I'm glad it wasn't a short scene with it and then over with. I wonder if he's going to end up with it. Well, we'll see. But anyway, I like the machinations of the whole Mon Mothma and Tay, is it?
Poor Tay.
I like that a lot. Yeah. And then I really thought the whole wedding and all that was like a fairy tale, which I thought fit right in it. I liked it a lot. I liked everything about it. There is one thing I absolutely hate about the whole show, and we'll get into that later, I'm sure.
Well, you can go ahead. Okay, all right. We'll do another round. Say, what did you not like? Okay, that works. Sodak Choppa, what did you like about the show so far?
Oh, I have to piggyback with everybody else. The TIE Avenger opening scene, awesome, and him having absolutely no clue how to fly it.
Yeah,
was perfect. Some of the things that I started watching is like TIE fighters have always been kind of easy to break.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The
It-
way that thing was
No
flying
shields.
and crashing through everything, I was like, man.
Oh, this thing has like shields and it has super armor and everything. I'm like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Look
But
at the
it makes
Millennium
no
Falcon
sense.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the minute you put a hyperdrive on it, you have to pressurize the cockpit. You have to give it some. You know what I mean? You can't. There's some
Oh,
things that there's some things
then
that come with
Then
that.
a TIE fighter with passenger seating in the back. That
2PO?
was awfully nice too.
right?
There's a TIE fighter for the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, going through the episodes, it just kept going down from that point. It's like, oh, this starts off great. It felt like Star Wars right off the bat. You know, going back to season 1, you didn't even get to see anything from that universe until episode 4. That's when the Empire showed up. You didn't see anything related to the Empire or the Star Wars universe until episode 4 of season 1.
Yeah.
This one, it kicks you right in the pants right at the beginning, and then that goes away. That kind of shrank me away from it a little bit, and then got to the point where like, oh, I need to go take the garbage down to the street.
Yeah.
But I like the Mon Mothma scenes. I wanted a little bit more of Luthen. I think everybody's waiting. It's like, who is this guy? What is his backstory? I'm not trusting anything I read on Wikipedia because they lie.
I called it.
I'm sorry, was my sarcasm a little too obvious?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't Luke gay on their website or something?
Oh yeah. And then they got then Mark Hamill to get upset that Luke is being called gay, and I was like, "You're the one who called him that."
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think the last episode, the wedding scene was pretty awesome. Just the artistic version of or parts of it. The one scene we all didn't like. It had its time, but like I said, if they just showed him walking in looking menacing and then showed him getting his butt kicked at the very end.
And he was just trying to pressurize the cockpit.
Yeah. And but I think Andor coming in and saving him. It's like, wait a second, you didn't know how to fly this thing a minute ago. Now you're like target shooting expertly and you're hitting individual targets with these crazy mini cannons. Like, okay.
Yep. I'm with you.
I'm at 5.5 for the
Okay.
entire first.
All right.
First 3
That's
episodes.
good. We should have. Yeah, let's give our scores on the way back through
Okay.
too. So let's jump over. Ted, what did you like about?
Y'all have fun. I gotta drop off.
Oh,
You got to
good to
drop
see you,
off.
man.
See you,
Take
bro.
care.
Thanks for being here.
Sodak, before
Take
you
care.
drop
Take it
off,
Oh, wait.
before you drop off, Sodak, what would you give the first 3 episodes overall? Like
He said
1 out of
5.5.
5.5.
10? 5.5. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Peace out, guys.
All right,
Later,
see ya.
man.
Yep,
See
see
you.
ya.
Ted, the floor is yours. You dirty shill.
I just loved everything. It was awesome seeing everybody all back together and the camaraderie and how pleasant it was. I liked really the Imperial scenes, hearing about Gorman and how they're coming down there and getting all that whole getting all the Imperials together and that scene. I want to see more about how the Empire was coming together and being mean. They need to show the Empire being mean and being the Empire. The Empire's got to grow some nuts and get out there and do some stuff. And they need to show it and show why rebellion needs to be there. Right now, they're not really showing why they need a rebellion. Why? What are you rebelling against? It didn't seem.
Yeah.
There's a few stormtroopers around. You know, what's really happened? They haven't shown anything. Why is the Empire that bad? Why are you rebelling? We need.
I think we're going to see it soon.
We need to know. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to K2SO coming in and rescuing this series. That's it.
Absolutely. All right. So, Risman.
And I give it a 5.
Give it a 5 overall. Okay. What did you not like about the 3 episodes?
So I didn't like the Lost Boys, whatever in the hell was going on Yavin 4 and the whole. I found that so tedious. I'm like, well, okay, you know, we get it. These folks are not well organized. Soger already told us that. right? And so here you are. And I mean, again, it served a narrative plot. I get it. It delayed Andor again. That's his thing. He's always getting delayed everywhere he needs to go. And because he got delayed, everyone died, right? And so but I mean, that to me, it went on just a little bit too long. So that was one thing. And then I really didn't like the way they treated the character of Brasso. Right. I think Brasso had a lot going on in the first season, and he did a lot to advance Andor's plot. And I'm not saying that he didn't do his part also on Minarao, because basically he took the blame for that other guy. He took the fall and all that. But then they shot him off screen, and I didn't like the way they handled that personally. It just didn't feel like a complete story for him. But I guess that's just one of the things that, again, is radicalizing them further towards the rebellion. And then I hated that they left B2 Emo behind again. Right, that droid has been left behind now so many times. So I mean, those for me were sort of the worst of the worst. In regards to the scene that we've been talking about, reference, Bix and that Imperial officer, I honestly had to look away just because the fight was so brutal. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but when that all happened, they cut the music. There was no music at all. It was just them struggling, the sound of their clothes, the whole 9 yards. And then she picked that hammer up, and I was like, I don't know if I can watch this anymore. Right. And so I think from a brutal perspective, it gave me the discomfort we were looking for. But I did have to remind myself that this was the series I signed up for. Right. I'm not watching Skeleton Crew. Right. I'm watching the one show they designed to sort of show us how absolutely hard the Empire was. And for me, that scene did it. And so it's not a scene that I liked, but I understand what they were trying to do. It was a very tough scene to watch.
Yeah. I'm with you. Matt Tween, I don't know if you're here or not.
Yeah, I'm here.
Things you did not like?
Things I did not like. I think some of the in episode 2 and a little bit of episode 3, a lot of the wedding scenes where they're establishing what Tay's problem is, and how Mon is stressed out about that, and then dealing with Luthen being there too. Some of
Luthen's
that
going to kill him, right?
After a while, that got redundant. It's like, I get it. Tay's hinting that he's got problems with money because of his investment in this whole deal. Everybody's getting what they wanted, but all the rebellion activity is backfiring on his business. It's hitting his wallet, and he's hinting at it. What do you call it? Passive aggressively, and being an a-hole, running around drinking and bumping into people he doesn't like. And after a while, I was like, okay, I get it, but they're still dragging it on. I didn't like some of that, but like Risman said, even with the scene with Bix, it is a little uncomfortable. But then again, I've always understood what Andor is, and I think that encapsulated what that and the meeting with the Imperials, that encapsulates what the essence of the Empire is right now, with their heavy hand, and how far individuals are willing to go, and how far the leadership is willing to go.
So what do you give it out of 10 so far?
I would say right now probably a 7.
All right.
I mean, I wanted to be more, and it could go up more. I'm being fair.
Okay.
Right now, though.
And Coach, two things. Reference you asked is Luthen going to kill Tacoma? So what happens at the end of that episode is he's picked up and he's surprised that's not his normal driver. The driver is Cinta, the rebel.
It's Cinta.
The rebel who is the girlfriend of Vel. That's why Vel was like, oh, you're here all of a sudden. So Luthen somehow gets her to pick Tay up, and we're led to believe that she takes him away and kills him.
Well, did you see how the episode ends? Nick, hold your ears.
I don't care.
The rave music is playing to a crescendo, and all of a sudden they sopranos it. It just cuts off on a close up of Tay, and I'm thinking, did I just see him get? Are they implying he snuffed out right there?
Yeah. She took care of him right there at the end.
Yeah. So
he'll end up dead in a ditch.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. They kept saying, we're going to meet next week and talk about a number. How much money do we have to pay him off to keep him happy so he doesn't turn on us? And all of a sudden, Cinta shows up and she's a hitman, basically. It seems. So what I did like, one other thing I did like is when Andor's on Yavin and seeing that crew basically bickering with each other. I think that represents the whole how advanced the rebellion is, that their group is, supplying these other rebel groups that are dysfunctional, but they're not totally coordinated yet. But there's a little bit of evidence that they're more coordinated now. But there's still some bickering. I think they represented more of the offset groups that are still not on board with the big picture. So.
I like it. Good thoughts. Risman,
Coach,
out of 10?
I'm probably at a 7.5 out of 10 for the first three.
I am going to go a solid 6.25.
Okay.
Everybody knows my score, 0 out of 10. and as a regular non-Star Wars sci-fi show, just for the first episode, because I haven't seen the other two yet, 3 out of 10.
The Star Wars in it made it a 0. So funny. All right, Graber, what'd you not like, and what do you give the show out of 10?
This scene, I understand they want to portray the Empire's evil. I totally understand that. I don't think that was the way to do it in a Star Wars show.
Okay.
My kids and grandkids, and as you all know, we really enjoyed Skeleton Crew. I can't let my grandkids watch this show. I can't.
Or should you?
Yeah.
No, there's no way. Even last night, I was in the other room. I had Valiant String going on, and they were talking about it, and the kids come walking in, and I yelled at them. I said, "Cut the TV off." I mean, I can't even have that just talking about it. It's meant for 12-year-old boys. There's no need for that whatsoever in Star Wars.
So, are you going to continue to cover it on your channel and live stream and talk about it?
Yes.
And what does that say about you?
I'm a hypocrite. No, I just don't think.
I'm kidding.
Just like none whatsoever. Absolutely none.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there, John. This show has a TV-14 rating, so I understand the perspective of what Star Wars has been theatrically, right? But from a television standpoint, if they stamp a TV-14 rating on it, that kind of tells, I think, what sort of parental guidance is needed.
Yeah. And that tells me what they think of Star Wars.
I don't think those two things go together, right? I mean, I don't
Revenge
think
of the Sith was PG-13.
They just did Skeleton Crew, so I mean, I don't know how you can. I don't know how one TV-14 experience, right, indicts the entire franchise. It's curious for me.
And that's my own personal opinion. I don't think, like people talk about, I want a horror Star Wars show. No, that's not Star Wars to me. There's no place for a horror Star Wars to me. There's no place.
I will say,
Star Wars for me.
I watched John Campia's post show last night, and the first thing he made a point of was Andor literally opened the entire series. Literally opened him walking into a strip club or a brothel, and it showed you immediately where they're going to go on something. Now this is pretty violent.
Yeah, this
things
is
we're talking about, but yeah. But I'm with you, John. It's tough to walk the line.
Yeah.
Sometimes and watch stuff.
I remember years ago watching, I think it was Rob Roy, one of the few movies I did watch, and I can't watch that movie today. I've seen it once, and that was it. I won't watch it ever again. And it was a good movie, but just because there was a scene in there that had stuck with me to this day, I won't watch it again.
I mean, you need to show the Empire as an abusive power, or as an organization who abuses power. The question is, do you have to do this in this way? especially when you consider that we haven't even seen consensual relations in Star Wars so far. There's this one scene, I think it is in episode 1 or 2, with these two young people, which are clearly in love, and they don't even show them kissing. No, they are even shying away from it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, they are showing us this assault scene. No? So
But
that's a valid critique.
It was either George Lucas or Irving Kershner that said, talking about Empire Strikes Back, Han and Leia kiss. He said a kiss in Star Wars is basically implying there's sexual relations happening. Now, that's as far as they went.
Well, and also just remember, guys, we never experienced George Lucas's idea for the television show, right? The closest we got was that Underworld show that he was doing, which was going to be very gritty, very sexual, very dark, right? So this is part of the issue I think we're having here, is translating what we know of the Star Wars franchise, which has traditionally been theatrically, with these things that are non-theatrical, with these television experiences that have different creatives, different points, different audiences, different reasons for existing. And I don't think they've helped their cause much, because everything is just so disconnected.
Yeah, but and this led us to the question: what is Star Wars nowadays? What is it? Is it some sort of Game of Thrones? Is it sci-fi? Is it sci-fantasy? What is it?
Depends on the show.
You cannot tell anymore. You also cannot tell if it's for adults, if it's for kids, because we have so many different series created by so many different creators with so many different agendas, and so you don't know what Star Wars is anymore or what it stands for.
Yeah, Batman and Superman have gone through that.
But one thing I think we do know very clearly, because they've said it from the minute one, is Andor is not a show for children. Andor is a TV-14. So while we may not necessarily know for everything all the time, we've known for Andor since the very minute. And that's what I say. I mean, a lot of the problems that I think people are experiencing is because they never overcame the barrier to entry for the show in the first place, which was the whole reason why it existed and what the point was and who the intended audience is.
And I'm 54 years old. I don't want to see it.
And I have a bigger problem, as I mentioned, with the media outlets who wanna make this scene something groundbreaking. That's my bigger problem.
His head broke the ground. All right, John Graber, what do you give the first 3 episodes out of 10 overall?
I would give it a 7 out of 10 because I will not rate the last episode. I do really enjoy it, but that whole thing and I saw videos of I knew it was coming, and I'm glad it's done and over with.
Maybe that's all we see. Maybe that was enough.
I really do hope that's it.
Yeah.
But I do really enjoy it. I like the Lord of the Rings thing or Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies,
because I think that was for teaching Andor, you need to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you have chaos.
He showed some good qualities, talking to that girl, the technician, and inspiring her. That's another thing I like, is he's sort of becoming less of himself and more of the rebellion about what the message, what the actual purpose is.
Yeah, his character's
what you do today. He said, what you do here right now matters.
And the whole,
whether you live or die.
Yeah, it was like a fairy tale to me, and I loved it because to me that fits Star Wars.
Yeah, I did appreciate that they did
opera, fantasy. It's all in that, and I did love all that.
All right, let's get over to Bobby. Bobby, tell us what you did not like, and tell us your score out of 10, sir.
Okay, just basically the pacing of it. It was taking a little too long to get going. but it wasn't too bad by the end of the third episode. I can the scene with the Lost Boys on Yavin. I can understand why they had it though, because like with any insurgency, basically you have different cells and nobody knows what the other one is doing. So they had no idea that Cassian was going to be meeting one of their guys, things like that. So I mean that I didn't really care for that scene or well, those scenes, but other than that, pretty solid episodes. I'd give the 3 episodes a 7.
So one of my questions like that I need to see in the next 3 episodes. Next 3 episodes come out and we've jumped ahead a year now.
A year, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did we establish? We don't know what we just established in these first 3 episodes. They have to tell the story because I'm not really sure.
I think what we'll see is they showed how far we've come as far as the rebellion being interconnected. Obviously, you know they're well connected enough to get Cinta to show up.
Yeah.
You know, and make a hit. They're connected enough to have Andor infiltrating somewhere and stealing a ship and handing it off. So they've made some progression, but there's still some challenges, like with Mon and Tay and some issues she's dealing with there. The heat's on her. Maybe next year, and then the Empire planning Gorman. The next year we'll see how is that resolved. Since then, have they coalesced even more and progressed even more? Are things tightening up and new challenges? Maybe. That's kind of how I understood it.
Okay, Bobby, what'd you give it out of 10?
7.
7. Well, that seems to be the number for the night. Felix.
It is 7 out of 10 network, coach.
Hey, I said 6.25. Felix, what did you not like, and what do you give it out of 10, sir?
Yeah, I did not like episode 2 at all. I think it was a waste of time. Because as you were saying, you know, this was a whole year. They wasted a lot of time.
Who
that they
did
could
this?
go into the. Who was it? So yeah,
no clue.
yeah. So yeah, they wasted a lot of time in episode 2. They could have built more foundations for the rebellion side, because right now the rebellion looks really bad. They're in disarray right now. The you know, the Force Boys, that episode 2 for me put my score lower than usual. And the other thing is that I think that the scene that we saw there, I think they could have been handled a little bit more Star Wars like, you know, like George did before. They could have if that was what he wanted to show, he could have shown it, but in a different way. You know, instead of showing all that struggle, you know, like cut the camera, make it quick, but then when she comes out, you know, she doesn't say anything, but you know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like something like that, you know. And I think that would have made it better. And yeah, I think that's, for me, the score would be 6 out of 10.
I like it. All right. Darth Maul's lower half, things you did not like in your score out of 10?
Episode 2 is pure filler. It only serves one purpose, delaying Andor. And it really drags down my score. I know I will change it with the upcoming episodes. But right now I'm at a 5 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
5 out of 10. The score's going lower, boys. That's all right. Ted, what are the things that you did not like and your score out of 10, sir?
Yeah, I still give it a 5 out of 10. Just it's watchable, but they haven't really given me good reasons to watch it yet. I don't like slow pacing, like everybody says.
Yeah,
it's just kind of questionable. Some of the jumps and some of the story that they're trying to tell, some of the logic you need to infer into it. And I kept tuning out, and I couldn't pay attention to most of it. I kind of almost found myself falling asleep during it. They really need to punch it up, bring in some more action, and get something going. Otherwise, it's just going to keep dragging down. I hope it doesn't, because it could be it could really help Star Wars, but it can also keep burying it like all the other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. How many of you guys are going to watch Revenge of the Sith?
Ooh, might be tough this weekend. Might have to catch it like one night during the week.
Awesome.
My niece is getting married this weekend.
This is
Is it going that long in the US?
Yeah, 1 week only.
Yeah, because here in Germany it's only 4 days. It starts today and it goes to Sunday.
I got you. All right, guys. Well, look, we're going to wind it down. We've been going an hour and a half. Let's let everybody say where people can find you and just give your final thought.
And we do have super chats that we've missed, Coach.
We will hit those at the very end. Yes, sir. All right. So,
cool.
Yeah, I think Matt Deween is in double again. But
sorry, I had to switch over to my.
You're good.
We got you in the right
laptop.
place.
Sorry about that.
All right. So
I'm about to hop off, guys.
Okay.
I've been getting calls up through here. I got to return, but.
All right.
Good to see you, Matt Deween.
Thanks for having me on here. It's good
Our
to catch
pleasure.
up.
Man.
Catch you later,
Thanks for being
brother.
Here. Yep. We'll see you.
A couple weeks.
You, man. See you. All right. Felix, I'll start with you. Where can people find you? What you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna be on the ICC in a couple weeks. I'm gonna be doing the Jedi demo. So whoever is there, you're welcome. I think this time it's gonna be inside, so it's gonna probably brought a lot more people. So hopefully there's gonna be more kids. I know that Star Wars Theory is gonna be there. Let's see what happens over there when everything on the new venue. So I'm pretty excited and seeing Bo-Katan. Latest announcement, so that's gonna be good. So,
wow,
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty nice.
Yeah. She'll always be Starbuck to me.
Oh yeah.
All deference to Bo Karen, but she'll always be Starbuck to
That's
me.
okay. She can be whatever. All right, Graber, where can people find you? What you got going on, and what are you looking forward to ICCCCC?
Sunday morning. I'm pretty excited about that.
Absolutely.
Yep, I am excited about that.
John's preaching a sermon Sunday morning at the convention.
Oh, nice.
Will you have that on your channel, John, or will it only be self-contained inside the place?
Yes, sir. Yep, I'll stream it on. Yeah, just like the church, the Facebook, my channel, and church channel. Yeah.
Sweet.
Wonderful.
Very good. You'll have to make sure Nick goes. He hadn't been to a church in I don't even know.
No, they don't want the fire and the lightning to come. They want it to be they want it to be a good experience.
Nick will be fine.
Ultimate power.
Bobby, where can people find you? What you got going on, man?
Well, the Rogue Sarge channel. I usually host a live stream once a week, usually Monday or Tuesday night, sometimes Fridays. I'll be at ICC, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. And I'll have some more video. I got some more footage I gotta edit from the range and stuff like that. So that's what I got going on.
Awesome, very good. Darth Maul's lower half. Where can people find you, and what you got going on?
Well, before I hop off, I want to brag a little bit. I rediscovered this nice DVD set. I think it's a first edition of the special edition, but I remember that there was something special about it. Can you blow it up and can you read the sticker down there?
Yes, sir. I can do that for you. Let's see here. One of these buttons. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I gotta see.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Limited time only, the digitally remastered movie.
And?
The original theatrical version.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I've got that set too. That's nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How to redirect a YouTube channel.
And
we hear you, Nick.
Yeah. Where can you find me? Well, unfortunately, I cannot attend ICCC. Although I would like to, I'm still missing some of my Black Series action figures. But I do have a full schedule. 2 weeks ago, I was in Paris at the Comic-Con and met Ian McDermott. And in the first week of May, there were actually 2 conventions at the same day. There's a Comic-Con in the Netherlands, where I hopefully meet Warwick Davis. On that Sunday, there's the biggest Star Wars convention here in Germany, the Power of the Force convention. And there are some big players showing up. Anthony Daniels, Denise Gao, Dedra Meru,
there you go.
Cool.
will show up. Paul Blake, who played Guido.
Yeah,
in, Garrick Hagen, big Starklighter.
Yep.
Oh, he's great.
And the week after that, I'm going to Brussels to the next Comic-Con, and there I will meet Hayden Christensen.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Although
very nice.
He is ripping the fans off.
He's very expensive, isn't he?
He takes. I know that he's getting that the prices are made by the convention itself, and that he gets his cut. But a professional photo, €200.
Wow.
A regular autograph on the pictures that they are providing, €200. On an action figure like a Funko Pop and so on, 225. To any bulky item like lightsabers, helmets, and so on, 275. And that's only for the signature. If you want, for example, a character name like Anakin or Darth Vader, you have to pay another 125.
Wow.
If you want a personal message, I think it's another €190 or so. You can spend a lot of money on
ICCC by the fans for the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a one-time thing. I think I will not try to meet him again.
Yeah, that's awesome though. You'll enjoy that. That you'll cherish that moment for sure. Ted, where can we find you, and what do you got going on?
Yep, over on my channel, Ted's Nerd World. When I can find a good Star Wars fan film, I'm still watching them when I can. They're few and far between now. I've watched so many. Everybody should come and check them out and give me some suggestions. But I'm also playing some retro games. Been playing the Telltale games Back to the Future. About to start episode 2 of that. Got some other things lined up. I'll play some Prop Hunt offline. Every now and then post a little bit of that. But yeah, come on by and check it out. Thanks.
Awesome. Very good. And Risman, where can people find you, and what do you got going on?
I have absolutely nothing going on, but I get around, Coach. You never know where I might pop up.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Nick.
He's muted. I think he was talking in the background. He's muted now.
I went on a work call, and I'm working on it.
There we go. So yeah, tomorrow afternoon, EBN cast at 2:00 Central Time, and then
We'll see.
yeah, I think that's the only thing we got going on.
All right, guys.
Hey Ted, check out Skywalker Stories. I don't know if you have checked that channel yet, but they're doing a lot of work with the deep fake and making stories based on the OT. So yeah, Skywalker Stories, really impressive. Like what?
I think I've seen their Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Thanks.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. Thank you for pop-ins and making tonight awesome. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks for having us.
Everybody,
Yep.
thank you very much.
guys.
See you guys later. Bye, guys.
John.
Bye.
All right, everybody. We got some super chats that we need to hit here. Let's see. Debbie Young with a $19.99 super chat. Can't get connected. I just wanted to say I overall enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing the rest of it. I give this particular 3 grouping a 6.5 with the lowest score going to the first episode. See you next week. Love, Mama Bear. We love you, Debbie. You are the best. Thank you so much. And we hate that you couldn't stay with us, but have a good night at work, and we will talk to you soon. 16-bit mascot with a $3.50 super chat. Cheers, Echo Base. Great crew tonight. Ahoy, fellas. Thank you so much, 16-bit mascot. We appreciate that. You just dropping in a super chat to say hello. So hello, sir. We appreciate that. Thank you for your support. And then Knee Pain, the man with the leg problems. with a $2 super chat. I didn't like the part where the guy did the thing. Knee pain. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you,
I
man.
think he's campering it up, right? That's why he wasn't able to be with us.
He is and he's been very busy with work too.
Yeah.
He sent me a message letting me know that he would not be able to meet up with us tonight. But he knows that the invitation is always open. Knee Pain also said in a chat, Nick and I are starting a 0 out of 10 podcast where we will roast literally everything, even if we like it.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
That would be fun.
And then the last one, member chat from Marks47. What's up, Mark?
There's Marks.
Replying to fan films or referring to it, anyone watching For the Empire? I have not.
I have not heard of it.
I think I've watched some of those, and I think it has a. If I'm thinking of that one, it has a little bit of a humorous take to it. If it's the one I'm thinking,
is it like several episodes? Of this
I think so.
Like several episodes. This fan
I
film?
think so. If it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna type that up. I'm gonna have to check that out.
All right, do that. And thanks, Mark, for sending in the member chat. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for all the super chats and member chats and the gifted memberships. We want to play this video just in honor of you and the support that you gave us. So let's see a good Star Wars. Yeah. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. As we always say here, we are your Echo Base Network. We'll be back next week for our Thursday night show. Nick's got the stream tomorrow afternoon, and we may just do some videos between now and then. So we will see you guys on the next one.
Yeah. Everyone go check out Matt K. Final Fantasy VII stream tonight.
Matt K Gaming.
Why are you talking so fast like I'm going to cut you off?
Oh, I
Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Got him. Doing the goat for you, Green Lantern.